Hello, hello, hello. I just want to make sure this camera is clear so you can see. All right, that's a lot better. Okay. Um, Hello, good morning. Let me put some this is extremely difficult. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Um, like I said, this is extremely difficult. I'm just gonna make sure my lips are not chapped. So I'm be doing a lot of talking. All right. I am Queen Muhammad. I am the CEO and founder of Pop Records. And I am here in representation of a person that means a lot to a lot of people. Thank you to Republic Broadcasting for reaching out to us. And yeah, we did an interview last night on their platform, on their radio station. So shout out to Republic Broadcasting. I'm I'm um, I'm grateful that your producers reached out to us after watching these videos and wanted to have the story highlighted on their show. And so they're in a different time zone. So I had to do the interview like around 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. So yes, it's been a long night. This has been very stressful. Let me try to fix this hair because there we go. I don't want it to be like my forehead shining. All right. All right, let's see. Sorry guys, I'm gonna get all this stuff together. All right, good. All right. Before I go into things, I'm going to just preference a little bit about myself and why this has happened. I don't know because I'm a person, like I said, I've been working before, like during this. I actually uh, um, co-wrote it, co-wrote 3 books with my son. I was telling you about Anthony Bolden, and the book is called Tag Along with Momo and JoJo. And I finished, I co-wrote with him. This was an idea that he came up with in 2nd grade. And his 2nd grade teacher, Miss Ambrosia, which was one of the teachers at Sharon Hill Elementary School, had said that he started making books and characters, these characters, Momo and JoJo, but they were stick figures. Okay, they were stick figures, and we even have some of the prototypes of the book. Just things on pieces of paper. This is a kid in 2nd grade. Stuff like this, just and a whole bunch of papers in there, and they're stick figures. So due to the economy, I actually had a brick and mortar store in Upper Darby. I had a brick and mortar store in Upper Darby from like 2007 to maybe 2009. And I don't know if you're familiar with Upper Darby. That is where, like, I think Jamie Kennedy is from. And the Woolworth that he actually said he worked at was one of me and my mother's favorite Woolworths that we would go into. They had like a little section where you can get like a Frosty or it was like a little apple thing that had like like stuff inside, like a big apple, like, I don't know, what I'm talking about, with a crust around it. They sell them sometimes in the market, but you really can find them. And we used to always go and get those. And then that's when I learned how to knit, because that's when Woolworth was going out of business. they were basically, everything was priced to go. And I love, if you ever watch, go to the channel The Company Man. I'm giving you some real good. This is game. This is to let you guys know what I watch. Start watching The Company Man. If you're a business person, now if you're not like a person that's trying to figure out business or whatever, or interested in how businesses got started, um, that guy on there, he goes from business to business and breaks down 100% how they got started, the ups, downs, ebbs, flows, who they merged with, who everything. So I brought that up because I was watching him one day, maybe a couple years ago, and he did a show on Woolworth and how that got started, how that company got started. And it was such a, oh my God, go watch that one. And how they, I don't know how they merged or how they started as, and it started out as a shoe company, and that's why it ended up as Foot Locker or one of them stores. You know, it was a good story, and I know that Woolworth did become like a Foot Locker. So I mean, it's like I'm learning things later as I'm living it, and then I'm learning what happened. So YouTube is such a good tool for just learning how what's it gets intricate. You know, I've learned so many biographies. I've learned, and I'll go into that type of stuff later of celebrities, stuff that you never know. So it's just and then you're able to, it's like the internet, you're able to just go where you like to go. So that type of stuff interests me. So if it interests you, go to The Company Man channel right here on YouTube. If you like that type of stuff of learning how companies, and he does every company, you know, fast food stores, everything, he breaks it down, how they got started, and who started it, their ups and downs. So that lets you know, even in any business, it's going to be ups and downs. The only thing we're saying as African American people is that we feel like we can't get a leg up to flourish, because when we trying to go through our, you know, discovery phases of ups and downs, it's always either a bigger company coming to steal your idea and run off with it, or some type of, you know, shakedown to I mean, allegedly shakedown to make your business hard to run. So I was thinking, yeah, I was watching Tariq Nasheed, and he was talking about this black-owned popcorn company, and I think he was highlighted on one of those shows, those late night shows. I'm not really familiar with the show, but one of those late night shows, he was highlighted on there. His popcorn company, black guy, and then like maybe about 2 or 3 days later, the health inspectors came through and shut the business down. Now, how popcorn, like how, you know, so it's just, that's it. We don't get the chance to flourish, where I don't believe that would happen to anybody else. If it wasn't, if it was something going on, I think that they would give a warning. They would do this, they would do that. You know what I'm saying? They would, you know, like, but there's not that upper hand to help you get a hand up. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to always do what they want us to do, which is pull ourselves up by our bootstraps. We would love to. We would love to. We would love to if this wasn't you trying to pull up. This is that. So we're definitely with having so many um examples of Black excellence, and you can go on my page and Mama Bear Queen 215, and you'll see so many things, and we're leading in so many industries, and we're heading so many, you know, industries and companies, and gaining wealth. We definitely would love to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps. That's one thing about African American people. That's what we want to do. Without all of the extra stuff and everything else, we could do that. And maybe that's why that pushback comes. But not a race thing. Business is business. So if you would like to know, because it really is very information of your business person, yeah, we could say, yeah, okay, yeah, we know we got to deal with these outside things or whatever, but it's still lessons in those way those people started their business. It's still lessons in their ebbs and flows. It's still lessons in those mergers. It's still lessons in all of that. Um, and so that's why I love to because you never know where you can learn something. That really was uh, um, interesting, because I remember when Woolworth. I remember Jamie Kennedy telling that story that he worked at Woolworth. Um, And I remember shopping there with my mother when I was a kid. And I remember then when it closed. And I remember it becoming Foot Locker. So decades later, to watch that on YouTube, the Company Man episode on that Woolworth, and he does one on Foot Locker too. And like I said, you got to watch them both because their companies are combined. Don't quote me, quote him, go to his channel, but I think it started out with a guy with a shoe company, and then I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to confuse things. I don't really retain like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I got a lot of stuff, but I know only thing I know is what I liked. And that's how I remember things. I really, really liked that episode. Um and that is a way I'm able to just continue. I watch stuff over and over again. Like I could watch that stuff all over again and still not, it would be brand new because I don't really like, oh yeah. Because I'm not trying to now start a Foot Locker. You know what I'm saying? So, but I love to hear how stories and people, they have so many things about Disney and everything, but he has a good, amazing story as well. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You fall into the capitalist monster. That's fine, whatever. But it's such an inspiration to hear how stories um, start out when you didn't have that mindset, when it was pure, um, it was brand new, whole new world. And so everybody, we just gotta take them steps. But only thing we're here to do is to make sure that we get those same opportunities. And all right, it's about 10 minutes in, 10, 12 minutes in. I wanted to make the phone calls. I was trying to wait till 9 o'clock. It's about 9:04 Eastern Standard Time. So we're going to make the phone calls. Welcome to anybody who's just getting in here. Please continue to donate. Please continue to support Rich Long. We feel like he has gotten just a horrible, just swept up in a whole bunch of mess and corruption and racism and transphobia, maybe even homophobia, just discarding of a person because of lies. So, and that's the only reason why we're here, is just to prove that these people's lives weren't in any danger. So now we're going to start off with calling Rich's lawyer. Now, from the time we called yesterday, there's been no response.
Hi, you reached Stephanie Fennell at the Defender Association of Philadelphia. I am not available to take your call at this time, but if you leave me a message, I will get back to you as soon as I can. Please leave me a police photo number, an MC number, or a CP number for the person you are calling about. And please remember that if you are in custody, I cannot return your phone call. Thank you.
Hi, Stephanie. I'm calling in reference of Rich Long. Can you please give me a call back? There's a lot of questions that Rich has, and to know whether you were able to get in contact with the judge and what was the outcome of that. What was the date set? Because I know that those have to be another court date set for you to go in front of that judge. So can you let us know what date that is? Thank you so much. Um, and also return the phone calls. Well, that's pretty much it. Just to find out what date was set and what was the outcome of that court date. And of course, everything from before figuring out why we weren't contacted when Antonio Reeves was let out of jail and he has come to the block with the armed weapon. So I mean, and specifically targeting a person. So you would think that calling their family and letting them know that that person was released would be the number one important thing. But can you give me a call? Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. To send your message, press 3 or hang up. To delete.
All right. Yes. Zanaya Morris, help support Richard. Yes, that's what we're trying to do. All right, so I'm going to call her. That was his lawyer. And I'm going to go into everything after I get off this phone. After I make these phone calls, because then we can break down why we feel things have been compromised. And this is the supervisor over at their office.
This is James Temple, Assistant Chief of Municipal Court Unit. Please leave a message and I'll respond as soon as I can. If you're calling about your case or a friend or family member's case, please leave a case number or PP number if you have one available so I can look up the case more easily. If you're calling from the prisons, I will not be able to call you back directly. Thank you.
Hi, Mr. Temple. You have my number. I'm calling about Rich Long. The person that you referred us to, Stephanie Fennell, she has not been effective at all. Can we please have someone else? Because that's the person you said that was specifically going to be with this case from start to finish, but they have been not there at all. And so, is there any way that we can get someone else on this? We've let you know this multiple times and nothing has been done. She's not returning any phone calls, and I have not received a phone call back from you. So can you please pass on this message? Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. To send your message, press 3 or your message.
All right. So we got the phone calls out the way. And we're documenting it and the times and time stamping it as well and the results of it. So yesterday, no return. But we're supposed to believe that weren't just targeting Rich Long. These people were very just thirsty for Rich Long. And they know that. They know that. And the events, once Rich got arrested, he was assigned the lawyer, James Temple. He's one of the head people over there. And he was assigned him. Okay. Now, my first conversation with him, which was pretty much one of our very few. I think we had about 2 or 3 conversations in total. That was our first conversation. That was when, Rich had the marshals came in. Okay, the marshals came in, and I think it was that night or the next day. And I called and let him know what happened. And the first thing he did, of course, was tell me how loud I was talking, how he was all 100% focused on. Now, mind you, this is supposed to be our lawyer. He was 100% like they do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a racist thing, just a Karen type of thing. So it's not a race because anybody could be a Karen. So we know those characteristics, they're not going to address anything you're talking about. They're only going to address how you're saying it. Because when you don't know them, and this is what I had to tell them, I said, I don't know you like that. So I don't know why you would internalize anything I'm saying. That doesn't make any sense. So now that we have to stop something that's very important to now comfort you and make console you and make sure that you're as mostly okay. Can we get back to what the heck is going on here? So then as I'm talking to him, and this is what let me know that he, had a little bit to do with it, is that he said, well, you can't be so, people can be so emotional or to think that, uh, uh, um, somebody's after them, just like, you can't go in a DMV. And this is what he's telling me over the phone. Now, mind you, when Rich got out, you saw the video. You saw the video. Okay. You saw the video. Let me get to the videos of, they're putting a boot on the car. Okay. So this is when Rich got arrested the first time and then he got out. Okay. And that's when he introduced you guys to Rebecca and everything, this a person that he met in jail. And shout out to Rebecca. Yes, love you, girl. Let me see. And all right, here we go. Let me see if it's on this one or the other one. Okay, I don't think it's on here. Yeah, you saw that. And just give me a second. Technology doesn't want to be quick when you're trying to do something. I hear my stomach. I mean, the oatmeal raisin bar. I love these ever since elementary school. They used to be flat. I liked those better a little bit. These thick ones, I don't know. Anybody? I mean, my thing is any recent flat ones. I don't want no old flat one from 1982. They used to be real flat, like real flat. And then it's like they folded them over and made them double. I don't know why. It's just thick as hell now. Where them flat ones gave you just the right amount, a little bit of, that you needed. But not all this. All right, let me see. What's good? I don't want to have it too loud. I'm just trying to go back to find the video where the boot is on the car. You can see it on this channel. It's actually on this channel. Oh, here we go. Now it's R.I.P. Rich. Whatever. All right. Let me see. Let me see. I don't know if it's on this. Oh my gosh. Well, you guys, it's on this channel. You'll see the boot. Okay. So this is what this guy is talking about. He's referencing somebody being um, in the DMV and stuff. So I'm like, this is Rich's lawyer. Okay, this is Rich's lawyer, James Temple. And I'm like, and I'm on the phone, and Rebecca's right here, Rashia Harmon, she was right here. And she said, by her being a lawyer, okay, I mean, she wasn't giving no legal advice because that wasn't her. She was here as a friend. She didn't meet Rich in no legal setting. She met, what I'm saying. So they were friends. They met on the friends tip. But just her knowing, how people talk, she just whispered in my ear, um, ask him about that warrant. You know what I'm saying? So, and as soon as I said something, now all that little gameplay that he was saying and all that, talking about the DMV, because like I said, the boot on the car led us to the DMV. Because I said that's initially how Karen was harassing us by continuing to harass Rich's car. Now, mind you, she's not a parking attendant. So they do walk around because that's their job to do that. Having to call law enforcement because somebody's parking where you don't want them to park, which is you know what I'm saying? That's a traffic type of violation, is insane. But soon as Detective Martella said something about he was parked at a crosswalk, what would the police have to know about that? You know what I'm saying? Like, what was that go all the way to him? And that as soon as he said that, that jogged my thing. I said, that's what that lady was irritated about from the get-go. See, my thing is it don't take much. If and people can say, oh, well, that was enough to okay, selling waters. That's enough. You know what I'm saying? So minding your business is enough for Karen. So yes, it sounds as frivolous as that, but it could be like that. You could be minding your business at a daggone cookout, and they'll come over and say, "Do you have a permit to be here? This is not," you know what I'm saying. So now when he said that, it kind of jogged my memory that that's what she was originally. Maybe I didn't hear it, but that makes sense. That makes sense that that's what she was irritated about. And again, if it was some type of back and forth with her and Rich, because of that, I didn't witness it, and it wasn't going on at the time that she called the police. She was actually the aggressor at that day, getting closer and closer and closer. So my whole thing is, but that jogged my memory to know. And then I told you when the cops came, they put a ticket on Rich's car. So and then once he got out, they were just very much it just okay. That's what they attacked. It was the car, and then the boot came on the car. So I'm trying to find that video. I don't know if I have it. Probably the fastest way would be to is this it? Or this will probably no. Yeah, so if I can't find it, I'm sorry guys, I'm taking a little bit of time. I'm just trying to find that video. Mm. Let me see. As a matter of fact, I know an easy way. I'm gonna just go uh, right to YouTube because we did post it. Okay. All right. I'm sorry this is taking long, guys. Hold on, please. Hello? Okay. Hold on, guys. And actually, just can you please hold on a second? I'm going to actually we're going to do a brief intermission. Because like I said, I don't give a crap about no RIP Rich or RIP anything. We all got to go out of here one time. So but I choose, we'll choose to spend our time with our voices, and people can choose to spend their time looking and lurking. All right, it's all about the time that you spend while you're here. We all got to go. All right, let's see. I don't want to hold her up. Just hold on a second. I'll be back. Hello? Yeah. Okay, just hold on, guys. I'm trying to find something for you guys to listen to. Just give me a second. Just having a brief intermission. You know, when you're trying to find something, you can never find it. That's the, hold on. There we go. Okay. Yeah, but now you see that the threats are coming and all this type of stuff, which we knew that was going to happen. Let's be real. Let's be real. Hold up. Because that, you know, just out of psychology, that's where it was leading up to. Like, you know, if they can't play you crazy, then they just going to be themselves. Okay? All right, here we go. Oh, see, this ain't it. I know you like, oh my goodness. But I'm trying to and my whole thing is, yeah, just be yourself so we can all be ourselves. All right, oh, here we go. I think this is it. No. I'm so sorry. Here we go. This is it. Nope. That's crazy. I guess I don't have that song. Oh well. I thought I did. I guess I don't. We'll just play anything. Something fun, something light for the holidays. Hello? Yeah. Now you can hum all you want to, come all you want to. If I die now, my love will still haunt you. Boo, nigga, who, nigga, stop crying about life, come through. Nigga, my summer just got lukewarm, make it hot. Laying with me, you'll have you solid as a rock. Side city, if I'm going on to it, it can't capsize in niggas when they go deep. Tight sand, nigga, what is nice, have a swim. I feel you trying out, grab on your lip. Miss them, you like you wax on wax off. Start with a polish, finish with a gloss. For the same thing, you wanna give me your search the world, you can find one girl. I'm down. I wanna take you down. You know I play no games like my name's Sweet Jane. I wanna lay you down. You know I play no games like my name's Sweet Jane. I wanna lay you down. You know I play no games like my name's Sweet Jane. Never had a love like this, never wanna what the love with you. Too real, stay down. Bitch, we got a lot going on. I heard your man being plain, so I'm finna be dirty tonight. Finna dim them lights, and I'm finna lay down. I got a lot going on. My nigga hit it love with my baby. No ifs, and buts, or maybes. Never had no other love like this. Never had a love like this. Never wanna what the love with you. My nigga hit it love with my baby. No ifs, and buts, or maybes. My nigga hit it love with my baby. No ifs, and buts, or maybes. This week got a lot going on. You know how it is, like you can tell you sister that you're fucking with G. I came with my bad gang. You didn't have to play game. You never have another love like me. You can tell you sister that you're fucking with G. I came with my A game. You didn't have to play games. I wanna lay you down. You know I play no games like my name's Sweet James. I heard your man been playing, so I'm finna be covered. Finna dim them lights, and I'm finna lay down the pipe. I'm sorry, y'all can hear it louder than that. All right, we don't have to finish this whole song. Because you know, it's his. He got so much armor bunker. This all this around the phone that the daggone speaker cord can't even get in there. Yeah, so we already knew that, you know, the threats was going to come. Not saying anything about this person that called. Thank you. I really truly appreciate contacting and easing minds. Only because like I said, I didn't know what was going on, and it's had been months. So I put a little music on because I don't really want to tell his personal business like that. But yeah, so I'm stuff like that, I'll leave up. It's just the bugaboo. You know, my thing is when person starts to be, you know, everybody's able to express themselves, whether it be love, hate, or whatever. But bugaboo, like the last guy, he was just making comment after comment, 20,000 comments, and they were silly. How are you going to start off with the sign is you know, and then you say, I care about the kids. Okay, well, that should have been the first thing and the only thing, if that's what you really, really, really cared about. So, and it just kept you know, so, you know, say what you got to say, good or bad, great. But you know, nobody, every day you live this life, you know, you never know if you're going to make it home. You never know with your family member. You never know. So, you know, you can't, it's all about what they say, you know, a coward dies 1,000 deaths. So a hero only dies once. And that is so I only want to die one time. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. And I've always been like that. You know, and Rich has always been like that. And that's why they that's not what that's not sometimes that's not what people like, you know. um they value us in their organizations. they'll um they'll let you manage things, they'll let you run things, but they'll never give you the respect of eye to eye. They'll put people that look like you who you got to help out and train, you know what I'm saying, and they'll keep people like me in the bottom room floor. So that's why you have to break out and do your own thing. We're forced to do that. It's not that we want to leave the companies that we put our time into and really love, but when you see that you're not getting anywhere and that, you know, you're called on every time it's a problem. You know how Charlie Brown, I put oh God, today I always talk about Charlie Brown because that show is so. And when I say God today, I'm referencing Vicky Long. Vicky Long. Oh my God, Vicky Dillard. Don't roast me, Vicky. Yeah, I see she was going through a hard, tough time. And see, they, you know, she said they was in her chat telling her all types of threats. All right, so I was laughing. I'm gonna get one of them shirts that to Harker Baby selling what I'm gonna be doing. You know what I'm saying? I love that. You gotta go to his channel, Morris World. I think don't quote me on none of this stuff. I don't know. I told you I watch a whole lot of YouTube channels. So uh so let me go. Yeah. This is one of my favorite scenes in Charlie Brown. Every time a new Charlie Brown special comes on, I know this is the time of year that they're going to be on. So I'm definitely going to check it out because they have such new things, new technology, but nothing beats this shit right here. This is what I posted. Okay, this is hilarious. Okay, because right after that is the scene of a lifetime. They all fall into this river. And then they say, Dag, something like Charlie Brown, Dag, this is your fault. Or they're trying to ask, help us, help us. And then he helps or whatever, or something happens, and then they say, no thanks to you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a double-edged sword. And so even though Franklin, they introduced him in, but they really didn't need him. You know what I'm saying? They really didn't need him. I kind of did not like when they added him in. Some people are like, oh yeah, we need representation. And the infamous Thanksgiving scene. They had Franklin sitting over there by himself, but that's all right because that was of the time. So people don't understand. Even to get Franklin on that show, it was a lot of pushback. You know what I'm saying? So it would have been so much pushback. I mean, it was a lot of pushback even to get that character on the show. So they didn't know how to write for him. Oh my gosh, it's such cringeworthy and and stereotypical a little bit. One of the things he ain't talking about, he ain't never know how to make a bed up. I'm like, damn, he ain't never got up this early. I said, who the hell is writing this? He didn't need to be in the show. Like every show don't need to have a black character if it's not authentic. You know what I'm saying? Then they partner him up with Peppermint Patty, and she just kept tagging him along everywhere they went. So and then she got her little her little she got a little hood on when she was talking to Franklin and stuff. Yeah, Franklin, let's go over to Chuck house and he is all good. You know what I'm saying? So but he really wasn't needed in the show because we already had a black character. It was Charlie Brown. See, it took the focus off of the reality of the situation, which was we already had the dynamic of everything we needed in those group of kids already. You know what I'm saying? So, and that was Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown was is the representation of African American people more than Franklin could ever be. All right, so because they rely on us to help and save them, and then when we do save them, they say no thanks to you, and you're the problem, and da 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 da. It's just a hilarious dynamic. Everybody gets a piece of the bread, and Charlie Brown, his bread breaks off, and he doesn't get anything. But he goes in there and has to go get it. It just he is it. He is it. That's what makes it so freaking funny because so adding Franklin kind of threw it off because now we got to get into this and that and sitting across. It's just a whole bunch of silly shit, and then the music got to change and all this. You know what I'm saying? It's just and then it's like it was kind of I don't know, but the dynamic was perfect the way it was, and some people can't understand how a black person could say that because they want representation so bad, but not if you're not going to be able to write for them and or not have the right writers or put them in authentic type of situations that are not. But it still works because if you have a higher mind and a higher appreciation of just knowing where you were at the times, you know what I'm saying? Things were a lot different. Even to get him on the show in the comic strip, because that's what this started out as, was it was very hard. And if I can remember, they were part of the Sunday comics and stuff. If I remember, I know that it was a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I can't think of the names, but I know if I seen them, I would know that they was part of those comics. I know it was like a guy in the army thing. Um, it was a wife and husband couple, like a dark haired guy and a blonde haired lady, something dogwood, something. It was like, and it was an army guy. You know what I'm saying? I think that they made some shit or something. I don't know, but I don't know, but that it was a lot of cartoons that came out around that time, and that's where you would go to for your like comic relief was these comics on Sunday in the Sunday paper. So it's a lot of different day and time right now, of course. But that scene is just so funny. And Snoopy. I'm not even. First of all, I'm not. I'm not going to break down Charlie Brown. That's would be something for another day. But thank you, Miss Stephanie Fennell for reaching out. And that's all that Rich wants is just to know what's going on. Because that was very weird. That was very weird saying something about the DMV. Now, I'm not her, but, you know, with Mr. Temple, it was very weird. That's where I was at. Okay. So I'm like, what is going on? It's because I told you when Rich was out, they put the boot on the car, which I can't find in the video, but it's on this channel. So, and then we go to the DMV, and then, you know, that was you know, an experience because we had just lost our dog that morning. You know what I'm saying? So little Zen, the dog that you saw on the last thing, and it was a beautiful neighbor, and that was a Caucasian lady couple. They found Zen later that night. They called me. They came and brought him here. They said that, you know, I'm out. They said, you know, she's like, I live in South Philly, but I'm out, you know, at a friend's house, I think in Philly or whatever. I mean, you know, somewhere else or whatever, another part of town. And she said, you know, I'll bring them, and brought them right to us. So yeah, it's a different spectrum. Everybody's not all bad. And then, like I said, people right here in this neighborhood have reached out and let us know that this is like everyday shenanigans. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, what? What? I did not know that, you know. So you know, Rich and I don't want to disrupt whatever they have going on and whatever traditions. You know what I'm saying? Because I did not know that all this was going on. You know, I just you know, we wanted to do what we were planning on doing before all this stuff, people got in their own way. See, my whole thing is, why is it got to be this now? Because people don't understand that they anyway. If you really wanting somebody to get away, then that's what you would allow them to do. You won't do everything for them to be planted more and more, longer and longer, gated time, all the way until daggone near 6 months. You would just say, you wouldn't have got involved, you know, in the first place, and just let them people go on about their day who was already complying with everything that we agreed to. There's nothing that we have reached, nothing that we have breached in this whole situation. We agreed to not that we had to, but it was because the landlord said that he was selling the property. So, you know, in our minds, we feel like we're helping him out. And to be honest, you know what I'm saying? Him and I have gotten into things in the past. So I'm like, okay, well, let's just get out of here and get a fresh start somewhere else. So we were already complying to, you know, understanding the richness of the neighborhood and not trying to intersect in that at all. That's why we agreed to leave. they now got the only reason why I am here is because of them getting in their own way. So that's why I say everybody just needs to look in the mirror. I know that, and people can do whatever the hell they want to do, but that mirror will come is always going to be there at the end of the road. It's going whatever you can, and then that mirror going to be still right there. Wherever, however, it was a game, and it's probably still a game where it's like lines and you find out what path to go, and some is right there, and some are all, and that's it. Doesn't matter. It's always at the same. You always end up at the same spot, right here in the accountability land. You know what I'm saying? That's all. That's it. It don't matter what you do. So let me see. Kim said she is done. She is done with Kanye. She's moving on with this guy. Lord, what is going on? Can't even get this shit to be clear. I mean, he cute, but I mean, Kim, what's going on? Um. Oh Lord. But so he said something about the DMV, and I'm like they were really, really, really trying to allegedly, I don't know, put a file together that this man was crazy, and but all the crazy acts came from the other side, and that's what's so crazy about the whole thing, because I remember when I was at and this is what made me so pissed at this neighbor downstairs, because the dog had got out, and when I was going to chase the dog down the block, see, everything happened all at once. This neighbor downstairs was with the guy who put his hands on Rich. Like I said, these people done got Rich life all tangled up, and they just leisurely just walking back and forth like Sims characters. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he's upset. He is. Yes. Why wouldn't he be? He had already did a stint in jail. All that shit had already happened to him. You know what I'm saying? And y'all, the people that he knows, got his name all in his fucking mouth. Uh, our bosom buddies. And you know what I'm saying? So it irritated him, and he just said something. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know if he said something or they said something, because I wasn't really there to witness that. I'm inside. You know what I'm saying? And the dog is little Zen is running outside. So I'm more worried about that. I'm like, right. So I'm running down the street, and he just going. So I immediately, started calling. So as I'm at the DMV, because now I come back to the block after trying to chase the dog down the street, I just said, look, God will be with you. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to go back to the house. So I went back to the house, and and I went back to the house, and the boot was on the car, and I was like, oh my God. And that's when I took that video. I was just like, what is going on? It's like, help, what is going on? So then we went to go deal with that. We had to not deal with our dog. So that's frustrating, on his mind, like, oh my God, the dog or whatever. And but he didn't say anything, but I could tell in his heart it was frustrating him, because I know he didn't want to upset me, or or whatever, because we had no idea we were ever going to get to retrieve the dog back at this time, because now we're dealing with this thing, because when you have a boot on or whatever, it's that is, they have, you don't know what time they're going to come and take the car, so you can't fool around with that and take your time with that. You have to handle that right away. So it kind of took our minds off of the dog that we were trying to find, and we went to go handle that. And like I said, um, yeah, he was frustrated with the situation, but Did he approach anybody or put his hands on anybody? No. So my thing is, people don't, like I said, people are allowed to be grouchy when things like when is somebody allowed to be upset? Because this is what they want you to do. Like in that movie, them. They want you to just be uh just suffer in silence while they do any and everything. But as soon as you push back, it's RIP. You know? Okay, whatever. Whatever. Like I don't I'm look, let me tell you something. I grew up in Philly, daggone near my whole life. So these people already know the spirit that I have. You know what I'm saying? They don't know you know, Philadelphia people, we're a different type of people. Even though we're here and yes, we have a rich history, but we're strong people as well. You understand what I'm saying? Um, and I'll get into that another day. I'll get into that another day. Um, but you know, we we love bullies and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like we ain't just, you see why they, you know, sports people don't be wanting to come here like that. So I'm already, we all in this together is what I'm saying. So we just gonna just, you know, you can't bully, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. We got the same spirit is what I'm saying. So we got the same spirit. This happened on my birthday. Hold on, let me get this because I hate this. Let's see if I can get this to be. Now I had this thing before where it was all right, there we go. All right. Okay. 11/13/79 was my birthday. 11/13/21 was the Rocky Run. So this is the spirit that we have coming into things. And we don't feel like it's any coincidences. So thank you, City of Philadelphia. This is Rich out and about. So this is what we're doing while all this shenanigans and chaos. This is a building in Philly. Sorry for my cracked phone. I think this is actually across the street from the lawyer's office. I think we had got confused and went to the wrong building. and and that's what we was like. Oh, it was a nice piano in there. We just really had a good time. And this is us, October 4th at the Eagles game. We lost. We lost, but that's all right. We still hanging in there. Now I don't know if that was a repost. Was that a repost? Okay, okay. Yeah, that wasn't October 4th. That was actually a repost of that picture. Okay. I had been suffering with this for a long time. September 28th. Uh September 28th, this is what I posted because these neighbors was getting on my last. Let me see if I can. Sorry. Uh Sorry about this cracked screen. Right before all this happened. If only they followed me. You know what I'm saying? Go follow me, Mama Bear Queen 215. Okay? So 28th. This is before Rich got arrested. 29th. I guess they didn't follow me. They came with armed gunmen, okay, to the house. Uh, Even though all that, 29th, even though armed gunmen came that morning, this is him and I that night, okay? Still trying to live our lives, okay? And the hashtags are zoom in, beautiful couple, couple goals, black love, black is beautiful, Richard Long and Queen Muhammad, dynamic duo, love story, solid as a rock, grind, grown and sexy, relationship goals, black love matter, Rich Long, Pop Records, keeping people real TV. That was September 29th. Okay, the next post right next to that was Rich getting arrested the next day on the 30th. Okay, so again, please make sure you follow me at Mama Bear Queen 215. Like I said, this is September 17th. This is actually right outside of the Rite Aid. We were in the parking lot. Okay. I done sat here and forgot what I was looking for, to be honest. I ain't going front. I sat here and forgot what I was looking for. Who was I originally talking about? Okay. Was it the DMV? Lord. Yeah, so oh yeah. Now I know what I was looking for. Yeah. So so right before then, um which I can't find now, of course. Here we go. September 8th. This is a video. Ooh, where I'm crying. Things went wrong, just like discombobulated. Oh shoot! It just made me think about just life, This is the stress of these people around us. This is me crying about these neighbors around here, like interjecting in every little thing in our business. It's very hard. It's very, and on top of that, it's been people in my life that has just no. No, that was the first time I actually broke down and crying. It's like I said, being a woman in this business, you don't want to be emotional like that. You try to, but look, I got to be what I am at the end of the day. Look, you know what I'm saying? And these people were around here was just like I said. How many times these people around here And this was back in September 8th. Like I said, it just was constantly every day. It was landlord texting that I'm lying about something that he knows that what he's seen with his own two eyes, that running all over town. You know what I'm saying? Like doing people don't understand. Nah. And then every day when Rich leaves out, somebody's messing with his, stuff or uh, you ready? All right. I'll get it. But yeah, somebody messing with things or whatever. Every day it was just something else. And like I said, I wasn't with someone 24 hours a day. But you would think that if I've shown people respect, and see, my thing is people don't understand whatever they were going through or whatever, I have no idea. You know what I'm saying? I did not witness it. Also, only thing I witnessed was these people aggressively um coming at him. So my whole thing is I don't know what was going on um when I wasn't there, but my whole thing is it's not logical. It seems more like back and forth in games if you can do that type of stuff when other people are witnessing. Like if you're outside and you're leaning in somebody's car and all this other stuff, that that's doesn't make any sense. And I'm sitting right there. And when I'm talking about that, I'm talking about one of the Asian store owners leaning up in Rich car right there. I mean, just like this. Just like that. It was the whew. So this is what I'm talking about. And it was strange. And I'm like, now mind you, like I said, I go into this person's store and I pay my tab. What more would I need to be having? Like I said, I know Rich only used his words because they had to manipulate a situation for him to do anything else. See, my thing is, like I said, they tried to do everything to strip him of his dignity. And that's clear as day. Clear as day. Clear as day. And my whole thing is we don't give people the right or authority to feel like we should not walk with our head held high. Why shouldn't we? Why should we have to engage with someone leaning in our car and doing a whole bunch of mess and at the doors of their store establishments like this? Why do we have to give that any type of respect? I mean, I give a respect when I'm in the establishment, but why do we have to have that precedent over what um that's crazy, is what I'm trying to say. We got to stop making excuses. That's crazy, especially if they had Rich on doing any of the stuff that they did. See, they're just covering up what they did. But if they had Rich, this is my whole point. They wouldn't have to make up something. If they had Rich on any of the stuff that they actually did, they would definitely nail him to the daggone cross. They would not hesitate to pile on. Okay. So, like I said, it's September 8th. It just became a whole overwhelming thing with these people. And I'm sitting up here crying online. This is the first time these people, because mind you, I've been in business for years. And I always try to keep it tough because, like I said, starting out this business, I've heard, you know, men say they wouldn't even work um, for a woman or, just oof, work for a woman and so it's like trickle down. And this is all you're doing. Your whole life is just fighting out of this box, fighting out of this box, wanting to be heard, wanting to be respected. They respect you, like I said, but it's you have to create your own, is what we're saying. It's okay to not want people, outside people or anything in your, you know what I'm saying? Like, or you got, but that still puts a cap on somebody's creativity. That also puts a cap on somebody's creativity. So you have to create your own, you know, and not that you want to create all these rival businesses, but they, I guarantee you the smartest minds are in the bottom floor of every company. You know what I'm saying? But they'll come and if something goes wrong, that's where I was starting at. If something goes wrong or something goes, they'll call on you. They'll allow you to sit in those positions temporarily because they know that you know, but they'll never give you the hand to say, "Come on up." That is a mind game, and that's part of the breaking people down. If Lord God, today I will never will, you know, it is what it is. Like I said, I respect my time at the post office. I respect my time, you know, because I don't mind the I don't even mind hazing. I don't even mind nothing. I don't mind anything because I know who I am. I know what God made me to be, and they know who you are. They know that. Um, so I don't mind the little hazing games to break you and stuff like that. You know, I've been through it all, and I still respect everybody there. I still, as you see, promote the services, telling people, you guys, about media mail. Definitely, you can mail books. It won't be per weight, and it'd be very inexpensive if you would like to mail books. So that's another thing. If you would like to donate books to Rich, that is very inexpensive to mail, and you can mail it to the description box below. I mean, excuse me, you can mail it to the address in the description box below. Um, but yeah, I'm not going to go over 2 hours. We're at 1 minute, 1 hour, 20 minutes. So I'm just going to wrap it up. I thank Stephanie Fennell for calling, but I wanted to be respectful and not have her on the line, and that's why we had like a little brief intermission. Um, but yeah, that was weird. That was weird that he would mention something about, yeah, you know, people think if somebody's after them, and just like, now, don't get it twisted. You know, Rich, he can talk a little bit out there, but sorry about that. Yeah, Rich, and but not out there like, it's just a questionable spirit, a Truman spirit. They don't like that. Um, just an exploratory spirit. And I even told him, I said, for you to even travel from Texas, because he, all the way here to Philadelphia, and just lets me know your like I said, I have family that they so scared of the city, they've never come to visit us. We've always had to go down there to visit them. They never, not one time, cousins and and everybody. So I know that people can get real territorial and real, just basis into where they're at. They plant their feet, and that's where they grow from there. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I just was very uh just very impressed with him having, to be able to just pick up and go. and to actually try to make a life here. Like he really, really tried. Um, so I really, really kudos to that. Kudos to that of I actually did try. And you can see through his page all the all the jobs he had. And but yeah, it was very strange that he said something about that. So sorry about that. Yeah, it was very strange that he said something about that. And I'm like, well, why would you be bringing that up? Because I'm thinking myself like that was a clue that something was going on a little bit. Bringing something about like a story. First of all, I'm talking about what's going on now. I'm not trying to be in story time land for a hypothetical of something that you're trying to tell me. My thing is, if you're trying to help me or not, just tell me. They got video of him at the DMV, you know, like George Jefferson. Now, you know what I'm saying? Back and forth. The DMV. What happened? That's how counsel talks to you that's trying to help you and not help somebody else. This guy was talking like he was smugly giving me a story. Like, people could think things are people are after him and they that could sound a little off, especially, the DMV and I'm like, are you trying to tell me something like, like what is going on? See, my whole thing is Rich is not crazy. So just let me know what's going on so I can let you know what happened. Yes, he was upset because we had to deal with that after dealing with Karen, after dealing with armed gunmen, after dealing with jail stints, after dealing with neighbors being in our business every which way, after dealing with people leading in up in our car, after dealing, you know what I'm saying? So that was a clue that we were not going to get any help from that situation, and that something was already compromised, and it wasn't like a you know what I'm saying? Because that's not how I'm just this just was a shock to my system. I'm not gonna fucking lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not going to lie. I always talk about this type of stuff, and I always talk about um just because I work with everybody. And you see it on Mad I'm gonna show you my company page. That's my personal page, but you can go to Mad Pop Worldwide. And make sure you go follow. This is our artist Trish Discord. She has a mini stream Monday concert that is every week. So that's why. So you can't paint me as a person that's not even highlighting, giving other cultures opportunities. As I said, I mean, good foundational Black Americans, they always target us like to no end. And we're so inclusive and we're so this is the song that her and I did. My heart key was increasing. Woo! Hi! Yes! That joint is a jam. It's called Appease Me, the Mad Pop remix. And of course, y'all know that song with Rapper Curry. But that you can go to, that's Mad Pop Worldwide. Mad Pop Worldwide. And I love that song. And it's so funny how I came to produce that song. And we'll do another video. Maybe I'll come on live later on and just go deep dive into that, because I don't really want to go over the 2-hour mark here. So I'm just going to keep this on to Rich Long. And yeah, we know, like I said, that's okay. When you see, my whole thing is people, they don't allow you to break out of the box to flourish. So what are your other options other than to just bust out that motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? You just, excuse me, you just got to go. You just got to just bust through. Just like Truman did in that boat. He just said, fuck it. I'm going. I know that I might die on these rivers. I know that I don't know how to swim, and I'm scared. I know, but I'm just going to keep on going. And he busts through. That's so yeah. People can say this and say that, but again, this is my original crew. Sorry, this is so my phone. Oh my god. This is my original crew. And hold on. All right. All right. So okay. So y'all I'm on my page, and let me show you really quickly. Sorry, I had to do something real quick. This was back in, well, you can, all right, here we go. This is my original crew. This was at a restaurant in Lower Merion. And actually I was still working at the post office at the time. And this was actually so I was working in Lower Merion, at a post office in Lower Merion. And and I left, I was done for the day, my post, got all dialed up, because I don't look like this in, at the job. So I got all dialed up. This was like about maybe 2019. And I got all dialed up, and I walked actually out of the post office, and I walked around to this restaurant. And I met them. This was actually this guy right here. He was my original manager. We had a long, extensive management process, and he actually was one of the people who made it through that process to become a manager. And he brought on this rapper named Jimmy East, who is from Philly, and this girl right here named Shauna Lee, who is I can't even get her face to the thing. Shauna Lee, who was from New York, but was born in Jamaica. So Jimmy, we never really worked together. He kind of like left and did his own thing. We keep in contact. I love him very much. If you're watching, Jimmy, you can give me a call. You can call me anytime. And Shauna Lee, she stayed with us for about 2 years, and her contract was up the end of 2020, and we had the project out. We had a project out called American Dream, an immigrant's her story. She's from Jamaica, so it just that was her story. That was her story of so we have our old page, which Mark Zuckerberg's would not unlock. It's still active though. It's Mad Pop Records. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to get down to. All right, this is her project. Okay. Hold on. Hold up. Let's do another brief intermission because you didn't get the text. I mean, I don't understand. This is what I'm not understanding. Let's do another brief intermission. This is crazy. It's fucking stupid. Sorry, this is not you. I'm just having to deal with a lot for some fucking reason. I'll be right back. I'll just be right back. No, you didn't see the text? Yeah, but you should have been outside. What the fuck you asking me to call for? You weren't ready. That's not my fucking fault. I'm doing something. See you again. You have it? Okay. Yes, I'm sorry, guys. I'm so fucking was pissed off about something, and it just was irritating me. So, but anyway, very irritated. Okay, because I handled something, and then people are always bugging and bothering you to take you off your fucking square. Let me get back. All right, so it was just weird. My whole point is that was just very fucking strange to say something about that. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
The fireworks people burnt a hole in my porch. Is it me? Am I not that bitch, Donnelly? Turning up like August, bringing all the heat. September school's in, serving lessons, have a seat. October got me looking like a clown on Halloween. You was gone till November, and on my birthday, you didn't even call me. Now it's Christmas. And I won't forget. Oh, you know, I put up with your shit. No more lying and cheating. I know you really understand, baby. This Christmas, I want everything. Oh, I love his ass, girl. He's so cute.
That was the Christmas song we came out with. Myself and my team of producers, we were able to write her whole project, and like I said, I'll go into that another day and another time. I'm just skipping through things because that kind of threw me off. So I don't have a show. You know, my show was to dig into these people's behinds even more. But thank you for Stephanie Fennell for just easing minds. People don't understand how it is when because they don't have to deal with it. You know, it's so funny. That's another thing Mr. Temple said, you know, but that's just jail life. And not when you're not, when you're 100% set up and you don't feel like you need to be there. No, every second is a problem. Because I don't believe that nobody would say that if theirs was in that situation. And you said John Boy's being mistreated and da 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 da. I guarantee you they would not say, well, that's just jail life. And no, they would not, they would do everything in their power. And then they look at you funny when you do everything in your power for yours. That's, I don't understand what the difference is. So yeah, I didn't really feel comfortable, and I'm glad that he referred us to somebody else. Because my thing is, after seeing somebody 2 days in a row show the greatest restraint, after seeing somebody 2 days in a row really save and help people from the people that was sent with armed weapons who were actually shooting and acting a fool, to now have to be humiliated over and over and over and over and over again. I don't feel like that, and a lot of people do not feel like that is right. So that's the issue. After that's like just like the Madonna video, like a prayer. You witness, you know, injustice. You witness somebody being wronged, and then you speak up about it. Boom. That's why Madonna is who she is, because she's always been ahead of her time. Always been, you know, a trendsetter. Now she's, you know, she's you know, she's out there a little bit now, but she, you know, look, it is what it is. You can't slight her on a motherfucking thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, she lived her life, is what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? So, and she did it, like I said, very and the guy, I think one of the guys who I think either wrote one of her songs or played, I don't know if it was Like a Virgin or one of the songs. Yeah. I met him a couple years ago at Kool and the Gang. They were honoring Kool and the Gang at the Merriam Theater, like about a couple years ago. And the guy who actually wrote a song that I performed back in the 90s was the musical director, Bill Jolly. He was the musical director there. So as me working in Lower Marion and that being a very affluential part of the city, I was kind of tapped in with everybody, and I would talk to him on a regular basis. And I would talk to him on a regular basis. And if you're seeing this Bill Jolly, because his brother said he wanted to take pictures and let's do a photo shoot, I'm still willing. This was right before COVID and stuff. I'm still willing to do that. We had a lot of stuff planned up. Like Cole really jacked up this whole, put a monkey wrench in everything. Rich Long, um, him coming to the company this year after we had the big losses of losing one of our premier female artists, which was Shauna Lee, and one of our gamers, which you see on our page, he did a no damage run of The Devil May Cry Christmas last year. Okay, so I guess the devil wanted to try to make me cry this year. Ah. But anyway, he did a no damage run. He actually is a rapper from California. And him and I had actually did the song Hot as a Boiling Pot back in, I think, 2019. And go listen to that song. And when he came up here from California, the holidays, like around right before Christmas last year, and when he came up here, we were going to work on trying to make it a little bit better, try to make it a little bit better, and fine tune it up. Because even though we have producers and stuff like that, one of my producers got locked up, as you see. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of forced myself to now try to fiddle around and do things and try to figure it out. And as I say, every knock is a boost because he sure did get my producer Taiwan. He was right here in Philly. He had got um arrested and and um and so I was dealing with that, and it just forced me to work on the song. And the first song I actually worked on was that Christmas song with Shauna Lee. And it was horrible. It was horrible. Actually, we took it down. We took it down. It came out Christmas of 2019. It was so horribly done. I spent about maybe about that night into that morning. Because I had to get it out. It had to get it out. Um, it was maybe like a week before Christmas, and I was just rushing to get it out. I even called. I don't know if y'all familiar with DJ Alamo. He knows that. Yes, and he knows how how I can go off because he heard me and I was in the background having a little bit of back and forth with somebody, and so he knows exactly how. Whew, and he respectfully, like I said, niggas know things, and this I was like, excuse me, sorry. He was like, oh, no problem. DJ Alamo, right? So let me tell you, right? So I was calling all around trying to get this song on the radio because it just came out. But as we listened to it, I told her, I said, we're gonna remaster it. And as I'm learning and I'm developing, and I don't think I did any song as good as the one, because now I'm kind of learning after producing maybe like about 20 tracks now that has been released. um I understand my producing style now because, as I said, you never know where God leads you. I never in a million years would have started a company to now have to be that, because that takes a lot of time. People don't understand producing songs take a lot of time. So if you would like your song to be mastered and produced or whatever, just go to the info and bookings at maddpop.com and reach out through the website or social media. Mastering songs take a long time. It takes a lot. It could take weeks. Um, Rich, he's a barber. So we have this conversation all the time. Is that when you're doing, it's not the doing it well that's the issue. It's knowing when to stop. So we even had that, because he always talks about that in when he cuts hair and stuff. Just knowing when to stop and say this looks good, and just leave it at that. Because people, they're perfectionists. They're and you can go to his first video that he posted on here. Go all the way down to his first video that he posted on here. So that's why I said people may be tapped into that Mode 3 thing, but are you tapped into Rich Long? Everybody comes in and wants something to still continue to talk about Mode 3. But, like he said, I told him that too. I told him yesterday. I said, yeah, people still in the comments talking about you should have been staying with Mode 3. I'm going to have someone re-upload. When the case was solved, he said he did a video about it. Anything past then is, what he say, spirit cooking. He ain't got time. He saw the case was in his mind, like he said. It was pretty much done. It was pretty much done, and it wasn't nothing more to uncover with that. And so that's when he started coming to Mad Pop Records. So God led him this way. So we absolutely know that a lot of his fan base was here for the Mode 3. Like I said, I wasn't here for that. So that's probably why people like, oh, this lady, where she come from? But I wasn't here for that. I actually was, because I didn't know who Mode 3 was. I didn't know who none of these people was. Rich, Mode 3, none of these people that they talk about on this channel. Like all these names, I'm like, I didn't know none of these people. You know what I'm saying? Because I told you I was more into the gossipy section of the of YouTube. I was over there, with the Armand Wiggins. Oh, actually, one of my artists, actually, I don't know if you remember Armand Wiggins. He had like a music every Wednesday. We have a music show. So if you go back to that, one of our artists, Slim Gotti, was on that show, and he would have went all the way to the top, but it was a guy named Sonny that was had entered into Armand Wiggins' like little contest he had, like music contest, and he would allow the people in the chat to get have either bombs or bells or whatever, something like that, if they liked it or not. So this guy named Sonny, he would have his R&B song or whatever, but he would enter it every week. So I'm like, okay, but he wouldn't win. So I don't know. I mean, I don't get. I'm pretty sure it was a fair win, but what I'm saying is they gave Sonny a win finally after 3 times on our time. You know what I'm saying? And where I felt good because Slim, I entered I had one of my Taiwan actually submit the song into Armand Wiggins' show. We gave him the money to enter, to do all this stuff. He did it. And for the first time being on that show, he went all the way up to second place. It was like 3 or 4 rounds. So people don't understand when I'm like 2 or 3 years ago, when I'm telling them that's a big deal, artists didn't understand that. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't know who are these people? Who? You know how guys are, Armand Wiggins is, part of the LGBTQ community, but they didn't understand that he's far more than that. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. He's a definite star. And I remember one time he came to Philly. He was telling a story about he came to Philly. Oh my Lord Jesus. I just laughed. And he actually went to the restaurant, the His and Hers. Yes, we're very familiar with those people. Shout out to them. Um, they actually work with Q, which was my son's barber for a long time, and actually did. Oh, like I said, I can go on uh, the 6 degrees of Philly separation. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not. Yeah, Rich is an out of towner, but I'm a very much in towner, and everybody knows me. I mean, everybody. That's everybody. You know, I don't know everybody, but everybody who's everybody, I do know. And I could just, I'll do that for a separate time. And but all right, we almost at the 2 hour mark. I'm a Justice for Rich Long. The show was kind of took a different turn because I really wanted to deep dive into certain things, but I'm just hoping, because we keep hearing this is what's going to happen. Like they told us, like when I was at the court date in October, I think his first court date. Um, See, my whole thing is don't say things that's not true. The court, I was sitting there in the courtroom, and I'm waiting for, the court case to be tried or whatever. And I guess the people didn't show up. So, you know how, I don't know if it's this, I don't want to say secretary or administrative person in the courtroom, because I don't want to, not be respectful of people's titles or whatever. Administrative person in the courtroom, not the person who types or whatever, just somebody who's, seeing, he has a clipboard, who are you here for? Who you here for? You know what I'm saying? So they, she comes into the pews and says, who you here for? And I tell her who I'm here for. And she, oh, come here, come here. And they lead me to the door. Said, oh yeah, this is the next court date, which was the 6th that just passed. And if they don't show up here, they're going to, just dismiss the whole thing. This is what this lady tells me in October, or whatever the first court date was, or November, whatever that court date for that was, the first one for that's now was just past this December 6th. There was no reason for her to tell me that. You know what I'm saying? Because the whole month that we are waiting for that. And so this is what people don't understand. How does the clerk administrator, why would she say that? Because that what gave us hope. It really did. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you didn't know that for sure, why would you tell somebody's family that? You know what I'm saying? Like, that was crazy. That's why I said it's just a whole bunch of what the heck is going on. Because she specifically said, yeah, come here. And walked me to the door. I said, yeah, and showed me the clipboard. Said, yeah, this is rescheduled for 12/6. If they don't show up this time, they're gonna throw it all out. And I'm like, okay. And I pass on that information to Rich. So we're the whole time. So that's why the night before the the 6th, or that weekend before, the days before, we're contacting them like, okay, well, I'm just letting you know what the clerk said, so we should all be on the same page. Didn't hear anything back, and I'm like, and then it got continued on. See, my whole thing is, why? That's torture. Because it didn't make no sense to me. How would clerk administrative know that, or even offer up that extra information? You know what I'm saying? Like, all people had to, oh, this is continued. All right, now you'll get it. This is the next court date. Okay, see you then. That's it. Adding that information of, yeah, they don't uh they don't show up this time, they're gonna throw it out. So that's what we're thinking. And then we get to the 6th, and then it's all the way into the end of January. Like, so this is what I'm saying. Those are mental mind games that we didn't have to go through. That was mental mind games that we didn't have to go through because we really thought that that's what's going to happen. Because I'm thinking you're here every day, ma'am, so you must know how this works more than I do, and you must have some background information to even offer up that information of that. So I'm trusting you, your word, that this is what's going to happen because because why would you speak on something you didn't know? It just didn't make any sense. So that's why I said I don't want these people to think that we're uh no, we're not unreasonable. That's what I'm trying to say. We're not crazy, we're not unreasonable, we're not insane. We just want clarification. Is that insane to want clarification? And like I said, the fact that they're not giving clarification is because it's a lack of respect. And what I keep trying to say, I don't know why. Why would it be a lack of respect when somebody has shown you, they have shown you greatness in every which way. They have shown you that they can do, you know what I'm saying, great feats, that they can be great things. Why would you keep trying to play somebody silly? And just because if you thought with that narrative from the beginning and already formulated an opinion, how can you be somebody's defense lawyer? You know what I'm saying? That's not synonymous. That's not synonymous. That's not synonymous with somebody who needs to first be the first person that's. I remember and I give it to everybody. Like I said, don't it's not specific to just, oh yeah, it's just these people, da 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 da. No. Um no. It's because it was the LGBTQ lady, you know what I'm saying, that was supposed to be some type of activist, even in this city. And I reached out and she just told me how booked and swamped she was. And I said, well, how can we get you to not be the top one on the search engine? You know what I'm saying? So my hope, this is what I'm saying. You should not be the top person on the search engine if you're so, you know what I'm saying? Like, let other people, because you're busy and you're ineffective, but you are monopolizing the top slots on the search engine. So that's a waste of time. That's a waste of time. Uh I know it just it because we need help. And there's very few places to go for help for LGBTQ people. So when you have a legitimate situation and you're trying to find some help, and then people tell you, "Oh, I'm busy, I'm swamped, and I'm this and I'm that," well, then for sure at the top of the, mm, never mind. I'm gonna just leave that alone. We can't just be doing things for show. We have to really, if that's what you're standing on, to because they already peg us and paint a narrative. It was a person who was an LGBTQ activist. And I said, this person is a non-binary person minding his business, da 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 da. Well, they have I'm like, okay. Like they don't really honestly believe that people but they can show you that they can show no restraint. Okay. And that don't mean anything. That's their having a bad day. Okay. That's why I just don't believe that that guy had the liberty to just say, I shot up in a school zone and I had a bad day. I was looking out for so and so, and that be okay to put on a $15,000 bond, while Rich, who didn't do anything, was the victim of all this crap, was had a $200,000 bond and flight risks and all this other stuff and all these restrictions and stuff. So it just didn't make any sense. Well, it's 2 hours. Thank you for for rocking with us. Thank you for tapping in. It is very strange. It is very strange. People will do all things, and that lets you know the heart of man. Okay? This is a wake-up call. This is 100% a wake-up call that people are not valued. People just watch you to sabotage. People will allegedly create false narratives for you to now stop your God-given abilities and talents. These people want to be bigger and better and than God. And see, that's why I said you're not warring with Rich. You can RIP Rich, you can RIP me. You ain't, but you're still not going to win the war. That's the whole point. There's no one person. Whoo, there's no one person that has that power and authority that's walking this earth. And any manufactured is all temporary. These people are not warring with us, not warring, but not they're not upset at us. They're Felicia Nicole, keep fighting a good fight, sis. Yes. Yes. Thank you, Felicia. They're not upset at us because we really ain't did nothing. We have been a victim of every little thing. They're upset with the higher powers above. 100%. So they mess with, God's people. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Like I said, we are very strong as a people. So don't let them paint the narrative that you're crazy. That's I don't know who wrote that, them, they, whatever show. But like I said, not even from those events. I can see that happening and leading there. You're welcome. Oh, thank you. Thank you. It just like I said, we've dealt with horror stories. And what we do, we keep it pushing, keep it moving, and keep moving forward. No one person is greater than the rest. So that's what they are learning, to target someone like that. Everything stemmed from hate, and that's why it did not hold, because it stemmed from a hateful act. I did not set out to I actually set out to do what I actually was going to do, which was get the hell out of town. When I agreed to do that and I was complying with that and I was agreeing and actively doing things, it was these people. That's why I said, please stop. I don't get I don't give a flying uh, rat's ass about no damn threats or anything, because again, that's you going more and more and more into your own freaking whatever hell. Hey, it's people everywhere. Got to be people there too. So that's what I'm trying to say. We all got our own choices and free will. Um, but again, that doesn't stop a motherfucking thing, because nothing begins and stops with with Rich Long. You know what I'm saying? So he's just a byproduct of all of this mess that's been going on. He's just, we didn't choose this. So we just not then like we just come up and choose and say we're going to now uh fight the system and all this other stuff. No. This stuff was interjected into our lives. These people were acting like and I'm glad that we were able to point all of them out, because That's what's ridiculous. If you think that that's okay, more than all of the stuff that has happened, there was no reason for this. And I just want to end off with this, so we can just know if Rich Long is the problem, or is it something else going on? I'm just going to end off with this. This is what they thought befitting. After 2 days of terror, this armed gunman Antonio Reeves, who we're finding out is the cousin or relationship to the guy who put his hands on Rich. Okay, so this is what they're all protecting families around here. And like I said, I don't have a problem with that because we was trying to get the fuck out of here. So y'all got in your own way with this plan. So this is what I'm saying. Yes, 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 yes. I'm just gonna show this real quick and show them which way you can see which way they're taking Rich. After 2 days of terror and the school having to be locked down, they're taking him right to the school. They're taking him right to the school, literally right to the school. This Negro is not in the school. He was in bed. They're taking him to the school. Look. So why would those children have to endure that? Okay? This is I came back out. Look how far back they parked. They parked at the school. Look, they at the school. Okay? So this is how far they walked him when they walked him right to the school. So the kids can have a visual of that for their day. A black man being arrested. You could have sheltered those kids from that. You could have sheltered those kids from that. Okay? You could, that was, now not only did they have to go through 2 days, day one, okay, day one, armed gunmen come, Rich is helping kids and telling people to go back inside, they're shooting. He shoots. Okay? The exact next day, okay? The exact next day, the gunman comes back. Okay? And the school has to be locked down again. Okay? So the kids have already had 2 days of terror with an armed gunman. And so they felt befitting to now park at the school so kids will have a third day of terror. This is what they got to go to school to deal with every day. Now, mind you, they could have went the other way, around the corner, away from the school, away from. Now, mind you, if they really thought that this was a fugitive, why would you be taking a fugitive to the daggone elementary school? Does that make any sense? Why would you be taking a look? They could have went that way. They could have went that way. They could have easily been parked on down that side. Why are you all the way up at the school? Why did you have to go that way? Yeah, because whoever put this plan together to humiliate, okay, this is what the black people co-signed. And we're not supposed to believe that they're brainwashed. This is what the black people co-sign, turn a blind eye to, and still trying to make excuses for. They don't, these people are fixated like on Rich Long. Whatever they could do in their power to try to humiliate this person and have this story be where this person would be locked up in ruins. Okay? And we supposed to believe that this is not a mind game? Look how far. And like I said, you can see they're walking that way. That's how far they took Rich when they were at this location, and they could have easily went the other way. You see, that was right at the corner. So you saw the other way was at a corner right there. So, on the other way was just a corner. So they could have parked anywhere on that side and didn't have to walk all the way in the opposite direction, which so happens to be right across, right in front of the house um, that he just complained about the day before. Okay, the night before, that it was a crime that happened at that at. So this is right in front of that house, right across the street. So they're taking them to the school. They could have easily went the other way. So that is a mind game. And let me show you the damage that they did when they came through, like the Terminator. Okay, that was one door, and the upstairs door as well. So my whole thing is, this is what they did the night after 8 o'clock that morning, and took him right to the school. And we supposed to believe that anybody on that side care about kids. But they'll sit up there in the comments and say, well, you had it. They really, really, really trying to make an excuse. Really, really, really trying to reason. There's no reasoning for that. But see, they would never, ever, 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 ever in a million years make me the captain of that squad. And they would never. Even though you can show them you can run a company, you can show them that you can be more intelligent than this crap right here. You can show them that you have more reasonability. And you show them that you have. It has been. I've had the head. Y'all know what that name is. The head that runs this whole operation in this whole area. Okay. When I was at the post office, contact me directly. Ask for me directly over my freaking, to run an office. Okay? That's why I said, check my record. I'm not a person that's into some criminal activity. Yes. And Dara Lee, is there any way I can write my fam? I've been trying to find info online, but I can't find anything. Use the address. See, what we do is we every week we try to put together a package or something for him, and so he has he did get the radio. He did get the radio, and he told me last night to tune into, what was it, 107.9 or something like that, and then so we would just be listening at the same time. But he has a radio now. He does have headphones, so he don't have to get into a little scuffle about thinking somebody wants somebody partner because of some headphones. Done got that, and he got his, so he got his oatmeal packets and his noodles. So he's good. He's good. And but that was the main thing. Now he just needs books and of course letters and love, definitely. But the address is in the description box below. That is to send any type of monetary donation, any type of letters, anything. All the information is in the description box, and we've been putting the same information in each description box, so no one can say that they don't know. It's in every description box: the GoFundMe, the PayPal, the maddpop, the Cash App, the mail-in, it's in every description box. And that's why I always say, I said, people want to know why other people are elevated and why, because support matters. When certain people get um, into a situation, their community rallies around them. Uh, I mean, to no end, and actually put their money where their mouth is. And I guarantee you, they would not have to put 100 videos out before somebody cared. You know what I'm saying? They would not. And that shows the lack in this community. Like I said, but consistency, it does chip away. Because like I said, even in the Amar Arbery situation, that it took the families, continuing to cry out. And please don't think all that white people are bad. They are not. They are not. They are not. A lot of them are just a victim of this system as well. I mean, let's just be honest. If we're scared on this side, a lot of them are scared on that side as well. Okay, so you take help where you can, and that's so it was something compelling in that guy's heart. Because why would he hand over that video? You know what I'm saying? Why would he didn't have to do that? But don't you think that he's at home and he got to watch the news and oh my God, and a black woman crying all over the net news? It that wouldn't be worldwide. That would be more local, probably social media, just like they here. Oh my God, and they see it gaining traction and traction and traction, and then that Madonna like a prayer spirit captures that heart. I got to do the right thing. Here we go. You know what I'm saying? Then he, I don't know how we don't give horses in the mouth, but it was the constant, just chipping away and that and that compelled people's hearts and minds. That's what happens to do the right thing because they're scared as well. Don't you understand that people? This is a big monster. This is a big monster, and people don't want to be. I'm telling you with 100% certainty, the entire world are waiting for foundational Black Americans to save them. Okay, I can tell you that with a whole 100%. And that's why we just like, look, we cannot fight every fight and we cannot fight every battle. We're yes, the weapons are prospering now. You know what I'm saying? We're getting tired and we need to the second eyes, and that's why I said we need the next people to come, we can get a little rest. We've been 400 years. Okay. And that's and maybe that's how it meant to be. That's why I'm just going to end it off on this. Like I said, somebody has to be Charlie Brown. Everybody loves Charlie Brown, even though, and I think everybody loves Foundational Black America, even though it's a love hate. You just like Charlie Brown. They blame him for everything. He didn't get the right tree. He didn't do this. He didn't do that. But they rely on him. Oh, we can't stand you. We don't like you. We got to crack down on you. But we need your vote, and you are the backbone, and we need you, and we cannot win it without you. So how is it? But okay, as soon as you get the vote, oh no, Charlie Brown, no, get out of here. No, no, you're the problem. But as soon as it's time for help, 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 what was that picture at? Oh, that's why I love Charlie Brown because, like I said, they already had a Black character, Charlie Brown and Snoopy. But anyway, that's another story for another day. Snoopy's like me. He's cool. You know what I'm saying? And he's very sly. You see how he slicked them Negroes out of that damn Thanksgiving dinner. You know what I'm saying? He cooked their asses popcorn and jelly beans, and as soon as they motherfuckers left, he said, "Y'all niggas ain't eating up all my motherfucking food, okay?" And he brought the turkey out, and he did what he had to do when them niggas was gone. Now ain't that how we black people do? Shit, when you come over, you get the little snacks and shit. And as soon as they leave, they waiting, they stomach growling for you to leave so they can really eat their fucking food. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of black characters in that show, and Franklin is not one of them. Franklin's just there. He's there. But they did not know how to write for him. They already had the formula perfect. You know what I'm saying? We're just seeing how society is. Because that's just it. That show is like a society, like, you know what I'm saying, just a way of thinking type of show. It really, that's why the skits are short. So that's why it wasn't a deep dive that we should have went into any race or anything, because it was very, very quick. And people got it, and that's why people love those, and that's why those shows are very much loved, especially around the holiday season, because they really did tap into a lot of psyche of and it pushed a lot of envelopes, you know, calling Peppermint Patty sir, you know what I'm saying? It's just stupid. It's just I think I'm gonna watch some of this today, because I think around the holidays some of them should be coming up, because this is us right now. You know, right here, you know. And now look at this at. This is this guy. We trying to get out. He trying to come in and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's Michael Blackson. This nigga stay out of touch. It's like, no. Yeah, he from Philly too. And we know he's from originally from Africa, but he I think he went to Kappa, same school as Boys and Men. Yeah. Look at this. Oh shoot. Ooh, not that. This is a whole fool. A whole fool. I actually went to go see him in a concert a couple years back. I think he had a show on Father's Day, and it was so funny. Oh, shout out to Will Smith new book. I'm sorry, it's through these you can see make sure you pick up a copy of that. He went to Overbrook just like myself. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what class he was in, but him and my sister was actually in the same class together. My sister's way older than me. My sister's about 10 years older than me. So yeah, she went to Overbrook too. And her and Will was actually in the same class. I think it was a science class. But yeah, so we all grew up in West Philadelphia, born and raised. Well, I was raised, not born. But yeah, make sure you pick up that new book. And all right. Oh, let's end off at this. Phillies. This is actually how we're gonna end, guys. We're gonna stand on it. Stand on it. Till next time.